Yo, what up, party people? Today we're changing a starter on a 2.4 liter Jeep. This is a Compass, four-wheel drive 2.4. Shouldn't matter as long as you got 2.4. We're also getting a little tipsy. So let's go ahead and change the starter. I'll explain what I've done so far. We've got the beauty cover and battery tube cover off. All you do is turn these two screws. This little guy sits right there. Turn those two screws. See, it says remove for access. Boom, that's out of the way. Beauty cover pops right off with those quick pops. Grab and pull. It's gone. Next thing I got going on is my air tube. On the floor right there, we got a flathead screwdriver or an 8mm on those hose clamps. Top one's super easy to get to. I use an 8mm. Zips right off. This bottom one, you got to put a 1/4-inch ratchet with a small extender. That one was a little long, but still worked, just barely fit. And you got to go in from this way. Doom, doom, doom. It connects to the throttle body. The worm clamp, the head of that is right there. So little turns at a time. It's annoying. If you got big paws, it's going to be even more annoying. And we are down to this point right here. Disconnected the electrical connector here. You can see them right here. And that'll shove that wiring right out of the way for you there. You can see the top of our starter right here. And of course, the first thing you do is loosen the 10mm on your negative battery because you don't want no sparky sparks. Now, we want to pull this entire starter out without taking off any of this wiring here, because the wiring has enough slack that we can pull it out and then disconnect it. So our next step is simply take out the two bolts that are holding the starter in. Oh, which two bolts are those? Definitely this one with that ground strap on it. Looks like it goes to the starter. And I think this one down here. Let me get back to you with the sizes. You guys know how we roll around here. We don't look up labor guide unless we absolutely have to. Catering to DIYers, average tools, no lookups unless we get stuck. So here we go. You got 15mm bolts right here where that ground strap was. Clean up your ground strap if it's corroded. Like I was saying, those look corroded over there on that little starter. The other bolt was right here, just like I thought. Not this one. That one stays in. Both bolts are out. We've got our new starter. And look at this cute little baby starter. Look how cute she is. All right, now we're going to go ahead and, it's been a while since I did one of these, going from memory. We're going to push this backwards. Into the manifold. And then rotate it. I can't do this with one hand. We're going to rotate it and pull it out right through that hole. Here we go. Starter's out, guys. You can see the wires are still connected. And you can see we got a little bit of green crusties, but don't look too horrible. That's really scrunchy. But you basically lift up the starter into this position. You pull it back and rotate it so the back side is straight up and it pulls right out this hole. Now we can use an extender with our 3/8 ratchet. Take this bolt off right here. And yeah, isn't there supposed to be an S terminal? I think the S terminal fell off while I was rotating it. Let's see. All right, backstory on this car. He bought it not too long ago. Maybe put 5,000 miles on it, something like that. From his paperwork that was included with the vehicle, this starter has been changed before. Went back to the same shop under warranty for a bad starter. Changed it again with that same brand that we pulled out. And what I found was the technician must have been working for flat rate and put this connector on. You can see it's all blown out. That's why it popped off so easily. So this starter may not be bad. I got a starter coming just because, hey, it's probably your starter in case we need it. We got it. And look at this. They put a cheap ass connector on, and if you look back, it's all wiggly jiggly. I had to take the electrical tape off. This was a mechanic shop error. That is not acceptable. It's bent. It's not tight. And that's what the problem was. And I said, this starter from my store right here, $85.50 plus tax, my cost. Do you want me to just throw the new starter in? He said, yeah, just throw the new starter in and replace that terminal. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get it. That is not acceptable from a professional shop. I got her repaired up. We'll wrap her up with a little electrical tape. This blue connector fits perfectly on there. Now, you have to install your wiring on your starter before you shove it back into place. And I think this is where they went wrong. Besides the fact it was all loosey-goosey, where mine is nice and tight, there's no play in the wire between that. When they shoved it in, you can stretch these wires because you gotta connect them out here. So when you're forcefully pushing it in, you saw that one was all wiggled out. So when you're reinstalling, don't stretch those wires. So we're gonna put this starter in, facing straight up like it was, connect the one wire here, connect the S terminal there. And when we're finagling it in, it goes in this way, and then we gotta tilt it backwards, and then shove it in the hole, right? Don't stretch those wires while you're doing it. Use your feel. If it feels taut, then you're stretching the wires. So be careful with the reinstall. I think that's mostly where they went wrong. And it was all wiggly wobbly enough that it didn't lock in to the S terminal on this. That's the problem. To make sure we don't stretch the wires too much, I'm gonna pop this wire hold down out of there. That's gonna give us more wiggle wobble. The starter wire only goes on this way. You can see how it hugs the outside. And then we go in at this angle. And once we're under the manifold, then we spin into place. All right, I may or may not have skipped some steps. I forgot to film, guys. Those two bolts tighten the starter. Remember, you got that ground strap on the upper bolt of the starter underneath there. And then you plug in that thing I disconnected there. You undo your bungee on your radiator hose. It's right here. Squeeze this tube in. Squeeze your arm in down there. Tighten that 8mm, like I told you earlier. Tighten that 8mm. You got one wiring harness there to take those wiring harness off. You push back the red clip and then squeeze and they come off. Put it back on. It clips right on. Then press the red clip forward. Got your battery cover air intake tube back on. We're leaving the beauty cover off because they're useless. And that starter replacement, no more on startup. We're good to go.